So good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. So I will be discuss the testing social bond theory. So before that, kilalanin muna natin kung sino si Travis Hirsky. So si Hirsky is American criminologist born on April 15, 1936 at Rockville, Utah. PhD o Doctor in Sociology in University of California at Berkeley. He written causes of delinquency, preventing most people from engaging in delinquency is abandoning the conventional society. Travis Hirsky Social Bond, first presented in 1969. Hirsky questioned why people do not commit crime. Hirsky theorized that crime is more common among individuals with weekend but bonds to societal institutions. He assumes that all people have the capacity to be delinquent. Hers Hirsky's identify four elements of the social bond theory. One of Hirsky's most significant contribution was his attempt to test the principal hypothesis of social bond theory. He administered a detailed self-report survey to a sample of more than 4,000 junior and senior high school students in Contra Costa County, California. In a detailed analysis of the data, Hirsky found considerable evidence to support the control theory model. Among Hirsky's more important findings are the following. So first is youths who were strongly attached to their parents were less likely to commit criminal acts. So sinasabi dito na ang pagkakaroon ng matibay na relasyon sa pamilya ay mahalaga sa pag-iwas sa masamang asal. Next is commitment to conventional values such as striving to get a good education and refusing to drink alcohol and course around was indicative of conventional behavior. So ayon dito, ang pagkakaroon ng magandang edukasyon at pag-iwas sa mga pag-inom ng alak ay nagpapakita ng magandang asal. So ang mga ito ay mga palatandaan na ang isang tao ay may positibong pananaw at nakatuon sa mga bagay na makabubuti. Next is youths involved in conventional activities such as homework were less likely to engage in criminal behavior. So ang pagiging abala sa mga makabuluhang aktibidad ay nakakatulong sa kanila na umiwas sa masamang asal. Because the more time is spent involved in conventional activities, the less time the person was to engage in deviance. Example, a student athlete doesn't have time to be getting high with his friends. So na to. So next is youths involved in unconventional behavior such as smoking and drinking were more delinquency prone. So ito naman ang kabaliktaran ng conventional activity such as ang mga kabataan na nasangkot sa mga hindi normal na pag-ugali tulad ng paninigarilyo at pag-inom ay mas malamang na gumagawa ng krimen. Ang hindi magandang ugali ay nagdudulot ng masamang ay maraming problema. So next is youths who maintain weak and distant relationships with people tended toward delinquency. So, those who shun unconventional acts were attached to their peers. So, delinquents and non-delinquents shared similar beliefs about society. Pinapakita nito na ang pananaw sa lipunan ay hindi nag-iiba sa pagitan ng mga nagkakasala at hindi. So, Hearst case data lent important support to the validity of control theory. Even when the statistical significance of his findings was less than be expected, the direction of his research data was notably consistent. Only in very rare instances did his findings contradict the theory's most critical assumption. So, kakaunti lamang ang pagkakataon na ang kanyang mga natuklasan ay sumasalungat sa mga pangunahing ideya ng teorya. So, next. So, supporting research. Hearst's case social control theory suggests that delinquent youth often feel detached from society and have strained relationship within family, peer groups, and schools. Positive associations between attachment, belief, commitment, and involvement with delinquency are found. Positive attachment help prevent delinquency, as those who succeed in school and are committed to school are less likely to engage in delinquent acts. So, next. Attached teens develop social skills to maintain harmonious relationships and escape life stresses like school failure, family detachment, including conflict, abuse, and lack of affection, is predictive of delinquent conduct. Detached teens are at risk of criminality, while those committed to school are less likely to engage in delinquent acts. So ang mga kabataang may malapit na relasyon sa kanilang mga magulang ay nakakabuo ng mga kasanayan sa pakikisalamuha na tumutulong sa kanila na mapanatili ang magandang relasyon sa iba at makatakas sa mga stress ng buhay tulad ng pag-abigo sa paralan. Sa kabaligtaran naman, ang pagkakaroon ng problema sa pamilya tulad ng hidwaan, pag-aabuso at kakulangan sa pagmamahal ay nagiging sanhi ng masamang asal. Ipinapakita ng ibang mga pag-aaral na ang pagkakaroon ng positibong paniniwala ay may kabaligtaran na ugnayan sa krimen. So, next. Research indicates that positive beliefs are inversely related to criminality. Children with conventional religious beliefs are less likely to engage in substance abuse. Similarly, youths participating in supervised leisure activities and non-competitive sports are less likely to engage in delinquency compared to unsupervised, peer-oriented social pursuits. Kagaya nga ng sinabi ko, believe in positive values that govern behavior. This part of the theory is a cornerstone. If someone believes that there are limitations to how they can act, and there are moral reasons for doing so. So, example, belief in religious institution would prevent someone from committing acts of violence. So, next. Hearst's case control theory, supported by cross-national surveys, suggests that parental attachment is the strongest predictor of delinquent or law-abiding behavior in Canadian youth. Attached teens develop social skills to maintain harmonious social ties and escape life stress like school failure. So, ang mga cross-national surveys ay nagbigay din ng suporta sa mga natuklasan ni Hersky Halimbawa, isang pag-aaral sa mga kabataan sa Canada ay nagpakita na ang pagkakabit sa mga magulang ang pinakamalakas na prediktor ng pag-ugali, kung sila ba ay magiging masama o mabuti. Tama rin. Attached teens develop social skills to maintain harmonious social ties and escape life stress like school failure. Over 70 attempts have been made to replicate Mirsky's original survey techniques, with significant empirical support for Mirsky's work. But some elements have been criticized and required further study. Bagaman may malaking suporta para sa kanyang trabaho, may ilan na nagtatanong tungkol sa ilang bahagi ng teorya. So let's proceed to friendship critics question. Mirsky's claim that delinquents are detached lone wolves, questioning whether they have strained relationship with family and person are influenced by close relationships with deviant peers and family members. Research show that delinquents maintain relationships with deviant peers and are influenced by their deviant peer group. However, delinquents may not be lone wolves with exploitative personal relationship, and some offenders, like drug abusers, may maintain more intimate relationships with their peers. So, ipinapakita ng ilang pag-aaral na ang mga nagkakasala ay may mga ugnayan sa kanilang masamang mga kaibigan at naapektuhan ng mga ito. Kagaya na lang kung meron kang kaibigan na kung meron kang barkada na ang gawain ay masama. So, Mirsky's theory of social bonds suggests that not all elements are equally important. High levels of involvement in activities which Mirsky suggests can reduce delinquency may lead to criminal behavior. However, children report that concepts like involvement and belief have little influence on behavior patterns, suggesting that parental control may weaken and youths may commit crimes. Deviant peers and parents. Mirsky's theory that social attachment benefits deviant peers and parents has been disputed. Criminologist Michael Hindelang found that attachment to delinquent peers escalated criminality, while research has shown that youth attachments to drug abusing parents are more likely to become drug users themselves. Attachment to deviant family members, peers, and associates may motivate youth to commit crime and facilitate antisocial acts. So ayan dito, pinapakita ng ilang pag-aaral na ang pagkakabit sa mga magulang na gumamit ng droga ay nagpapataas din ng posibilidad na ang mga kabataan ay magiging gumagamit din ng droga. Halimbawa na lang kung mayroon kang magulang na gumagamit ng droga o isang pamilya na kung makakita ang kanilang anak sa kanilang ginagawa, malamang ito ay gagayahin din ng anak. So, connections. Kaplan self-enhancement view discussed earlier in the chapter posits that delinquent youth seek out similarly antisocial peer pairs to enhance their feelings of self-esteem. This view contradicts Hershey's control theory version of attachments in that it assumes deviant attachments have a negative effect, whereas Her- Hershey's Hershey Hershey argues that all attachments are beneficial. So, restricted in scope. The theory scope in uncertain with control variables better predicting minor delinquency than serious criminal acts. Research suggests control variables are more predictive of male behavior, and girls may be more influenced by societal bond quality. Maaaring ang mga babae ay mas malalim na naapektuhan ng kalidad ng kanilang ugnayan sa lipunan. So, changing bonds. Hershey's control theory suggests that social bonds change over time, leading to delinquency at different age levels. Sociologist Robert Agnew criticized Hershey's theory over miscalculating the relationship between criminality and weakened social bonds. Agnew suggests that a weakened bond to parents, schools, and society may eventually weaken, while criminal behavior may weaken social bonds. Other studies have found that criminal behavior weakens social bonds, not vice versa. So next is, so although these criticisms need to be addressed with further research, the weight of existing empirical evidence supports control theory, and it has emerged as one of the prominent theories in criminology. For many criminologists, it is perhaps the most important way of understanding the onset of youthful misbehavior. So that's all, and thank you.